This is Jasper Active Lesson 1, Learn 3. I'm going to go into Jasper Active by double-clicking on my Jasper Active icon. You might notice that this is being recorded on October 29th, 2022. So this is a different version of Jasper Active than my other videos, Lessons 2 through 8. It is the most recent version as of October 2022. When I double-click on Jasper Active, I'm already logged in, so it brings me to my program screen where I'm going to click Go to Course on Microsoft Word. If it brings you to your login screen, do not forget to log in with Office. You will never use your email and password to log in. You will always click Login with Office and then only enter your student email. Click Go to Course. This is Lesson 1, Learn 3, Saving Documents. I have already completed this learn, so I can click Practice to redo this learn. If you have an empty circle here, you're going to click there to launch the lesson. Remember, it's not important that it's a green check mark when we're finished, but just that it's been completed, and we have over 80%. That's for the 2022 class, 7th graders and 9th graders that are completing this lesson, 80% for credit. I'm going to unmark these as answered. This is for your record keeping only. Once you've submitted a lesson, if you come back in to redo it, the ones that you got correct will stay green, and the ones that were incorrect will be yellow again. Sometimes you have to complete them all to get them right further down. Sometimes you can just redo the one, but it's not important unless you've finished the lesson and you haven't reached 80%. Okay. You might notice that down here in my taskbar, the blue word icon is orange. That's because Jasper Active opened 2 documents with this lesson, and so it wants me to know that one has been opened that I can't see. That's going to be referred to as the agenda document. I click on that. I can see the agenda document, and the very first step of the first direction says save an existing document with the agenda document displayed on the screen. In the quick access toolbar, click save. That's why it's important that your autosave is not on. This is my quick access toolbar up here on the left hand side. If autosave is on when you're working in Jasper Active, you will not be able to close without saving, and that is an important part of some of these lessons. So if autosave is on, you're going to have to turn it off and then click into your document and press the space bar or change something about it so that you can use this quick access save button, which is our floppy disk. If you remember seeing my floppy disks in the classroom from the 1900s, that's why. Floppy disk symbol means save. So click that floppy disk. If nothing happens the first time, it's because your document isn't active yet. Remember, you have to say hi before you tell it what to do. So we're going to click maybe twice, but at least once, to bring up this Save This File box. Step 2 of this says click more options to indicate this is the location where you want to save the document. So in my Save This File box, I'm going to click more options. That should bring me to my Backstage View Save As. Step 3 says click Browse and then navigate to, and it shows my path to my Projects folder. The main point is that you need to get to your My Projects folder, which is in your Jasper Active folder. I also have name folders. You do not. That's okay. So click Browse. Nothing happens the first time. It's because you're not in the document. You need to click the Browse button again to bring up our Save As Browse box. Then over on the left hand side, hopefully in your quick access, don't forget you can expand those folders by clicking on the caret. Hopefully in your quick access you've got your Jasper Active folder. If not, it is in the Documents folder that it hopefully opened up to. You'll see it here, Jasper Active. You can double click on that file and then find your, this time, My Projects folder. This is my path. It might not be yours, but everyone in Jasper Active has 3 folders. And this time we're not opening a file from our resource file, but we're saving as, and that's in my projects. And if you saved it automatically in your resource files folder, you will get this question wrong and possibly all of the questions that come after this. So it's really important that when you're saving, you should have a little alarm bell that goes off. That's going to be in the My Projects folder. It's not in your OneDrive, it's in your Jasper Active folder, in your C drive, in My Projects. So I'm going to double click the My Projects folder, and that's where I'm going to save. I know that because it's the last part of the address up here. But before I save, the second part of this says in the file name field, take that back, we're not going to, oh yep, in the file name field, type Agenda for Soccer Coach Meeting. You're going to click to copy or Control C, and then in the file name field over here. So last time we were typing in a field on the template. This time we're renaming our file. So in the file name field, we're going to click where it says Agenda. It should turn blue, and you're going to Control V to paste that name that we just copied. The next part of this says in the Save as Type field, ensure Word doc is selected and press Enter. So the way we ensure Word doc is selected is by clicking there, it's Word document, and just looking to see that it's Word document, and then not clicking Save, even though it would do the same thing, but hitting Enter. If it doesn't work the first time, try again. If it doesn't work the second time, click in the file name box and hit Enter. This also tells you if a message appears indicating the document will be upgraded, click OK. If it doesn't, that's okay. The main part of this sentence is if a message appears. But notice that the title bar now displays the name of this file as confirmation that the file has been saved successfully with this name. The title bar is up here at the top of your document. Agenda for Soccer Coach Meeting, and it's been saved. I can mark that as answered, and I'm going to use the arrow to go to the next one so I don't miss any steps on accident. All right, number 2 says switch to a blank document to save it with a descriptive file name. Now, if you stopped reading right here and was trying to figure out how to do that on your own, you might be frustrated. Know that sometimes Jasper Active will tell you what you're going to do, and then it will tell you how to do it. So don't get too caught up in something that's before the step or something that you're not sure how to do. Keep reading just in case. So here it says, on the taskbar, point at the Word icon and switch to the blank document. I mentioned that when we opened. That down here in my taskbar, if I hovered over the blue Word icon, I could see both documents. And it wants me to switch to the blank document, not the one named blank document, the document that is actually blank or has nothing on it, which is document 2 here. I'm going to click on that, and I've now switched to the blank document. Then it says press Control S to save this document. Now remember, in order to use a shortcut, we have to be in the document. We have to say hi before we tell it what to do. I can tell because my writing is white at the top here that it is active. If it were not, it would be grayed out. If it's gray, click into the document. It will turn white. Then you can use your Control S. Because I haven't given it a name yet, this Save This File box is going to pop up, and I can click More Options. The directions actually say More Save Options, but More Options is the same thing. I'm going to click that button, and then go to my Browse folder. When I do that, it's going to open my Save As box, where I need to find my Jasper Active folder, which hopefully is right here, or is pinned in your Quick Access up here. And then we're saving, so little alarm bell, ding, 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 in my projects. Don't get it wrong because you put it in the wrong spot. You should see your Agenda for Soccer Coach Meeting in there. All right, this time in the file name field, it wants me to type Travel to Europe Notes. Instead of typing, I'm going to copy And in the file name field right here, when I click it, it turns blue. Control V as in Victor to paste. Control V and Control C are right next to each other on the keyboard, so Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Mainly because Control P was already taken. That's print. Alright, now next here it says, in the Save As Type field, click the arrow and then click Word 97 to 2003 document. Click Save. So let's just break that down. So in the Save As Type field, this here is my Save As Type field. Click the arrow, which is over here. We also call that a caret. Gives you more options. It currently says Word document, and I'm going to click Word 97 to 2003 document. Now caution, there's also a Word 97 to 2003 template. Just a few more down. So make sure you're choosing the document and click Save. And remember, this is if we were sending a document to someone who had a much older version of the Word program, they would still be able to view this. You'll also note that it says compatibility mode up here in the top because it's trying to be compatible with an older version. Alright, now the next one says type Travel to Europe Seminar and press Enter twice. So I have to click into my document and then I'm going to type or copy and paste. This is my copy selected text button, or Control C, click into your document and Control V. Travel to Europe Seminar and press Enter twice. Press Enter, make sure your cursor is 2 lines down. The next one says type choose one or more cities as your destination. I am going to Control C copy, click into my document and Control V. Now that is a lot bigger than the other type, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. Now it says press Control S again to save the changes made to this document. Really important that my document is active up here. You gotta say hi before you tell it what to do. Control S. And you'll notice there was some movement up here. It's now saved. Mark as answered. Number 3, enter properties for a file. This will most likely be on your exam. With the Travel to Europe Notes file open on the screen. This is my Travel to Europe Notes file. It's open on my screen. I'm going to click File and ensure Info is selected. Basically, click Info, which is down here below Open. Click Info and click Advanced Properties. Well, in order to click Advanced Properties, we have to click Properties first, and then Advanced Properties. We could also click down here where it says Show All Properties, but Jasper Active wants us to use Advanced Properties, so I'm going to click that. It's on the right-hand side. This box is going to pop up where I need to enter this information into these different fields. You can try copy and paste. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. For the title, I'm going to insert Travel to Europe Seminar. Control V works to paste there. For the subject, I copy and paste notes on how to book a trip to Europe. For the keywords, I'm going to copy and paste Travel Europe Tips for Travel. Next step says click OK and click the back button to return to the document. So I'm going to click OK. And you might be wondering, what is the back button? It is just this arrow that takes you back up in the upper left-hand corner. Click the back arrow to take you back to the document. Mark as answered. Click the arrow down below to go to the next question. Now we're going to make changes to the document. Now if you just read now make changes to the document and you tried to figure that out on your own, you'd be pretty confused. So keep reading. 1. Click at the end of the Choose Destination line and press Enter. Well, in order to have the Choose Destination line, you have to have typed it in the previous step. It's talking about the Choose Destination line that you typed in. So click at the end of that line and press enter. It should take you to the next line. Then it wants you to type, but we are going to copy and paste. Work smarter, not harder. Control V, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, or you can use your copy selected text button in your Jasper Active instructions on the right hand side. Then it says, and press enter twice. Press enter twice. Then it wants me to press tab, which is on the left side of my keyboard next to the letter Q. Tab will indent 5 spaces, and type or copy and paste. Control V to paste, and press enter twice. 1, 2. Mark as answered. Moving on. Don't forget you can pause this video if you're running behind me. Now, number 1 here says click in the blank line between the second and the third paragraphs. Now notice that we have what appears to be 3 sentences, 4 lines of text. This is confusing in that usually a paragraph is at least 3 sentences, usually 3 to 5 sentences. In Microsoft and in testing, a paragraph can be just 1 sentence. And then they also will sometimes call just 1 sentence a heading. So in this document, they're considering this a heading. They're considering this the first paragraph. And then they are considering this the second paragraph. And this is the third paragraph. So it wants us to click the line between the second and the third paragraphs and hit the delete key, not the backspace button, but the delete key in the upper right hand side of your keyboard. And you should delete that line. Then we're going to click at the beginning of so. You notice so is in quotation marks, so that's the exact word I'm looking for. And it's telling me it's in the third point. The third point being this is the first point. Really, they should have said paragraph. There's the second point. Here's the third point or paragraph. I'm going to click at the beginning of the word so. This is the word so right here that they're talking about. I'm going to click at the beginning, so my cursor should be in front of the S. And then I'm going to click and drag to select to the end of the line. Now, I don't have to drag like this to the right to select to the end of the line. I can just drag down. Make sure you don't get the extra lines, but you can just drag down from there. And then I'm going to type, or I can copy and paste to compare prices online. What's important to know is that if you select something and then start typing or paste, it will automatically delete and replace that text. You don't need to delete it first. All right, mark is answered. Move to the next one. Press Control S to quickly save the changes made to this document. If I did that right now, even though I'm going to physically do that on my keyboard, Control S, nothing is happening. And that's because my document is not active. I'm actually in my Jasper Active directions. It's grayed out at the top. I need to click into the document. Then it becomes white at the top. It's active. Say hi before you tell it what to do. Then Control S. You will notice at the top it now says saved, and it had some movement up there. Mark is answered. Move to the next one. This is the last step. We're going to click the close button for this document, which is the X right here. And if I hover over it, it actually tells me that's the close button. Click the close button. You should still have your agenda document open underneath it. Then it says press Control W to close the next document. If I do Control W, oh, it didn't work. Why not? Because my document's not active. Say hi before you tell it what to do. Control W, and that will close not only the Word document, but your Word program. It says it presented with a window asking you to save, not save, or cancel the action. Click Save. And the main word here is if. If you're presented with a window, I was not. Mark is answered. Click Submit. Submit results. Cross your fingers. Once you get your percentage, return to Jasper Active for the last learn of this lesson.